The most mystical zodiac signs. Who among us senses danger a second before it appears? Who is able to remain silent and thereby change the course of events? Who seems to see through, without words, without evidence, without logic? The answer lies in the zodiac sign. There are special, mystical signs, those who are born with the gift of subtly feeling the energy of people, seeing the hidden and controlling what is inaccessible to others. This video is not about magic in movies. It is about real people whose intuition is infallible, whose dreams come true, and whose aura can be felt several meters away. There are few of them, but if you are one of them, you will feel it right away. Watch to the end to find out which signs are rightfully called the most mystical. Subscribe to the channel if you are close to the topic of strength, energy, and the true nature of the zodiac. Here they talk about things that cannot be explained, but can be felt. And write in the comments, to what extent did you recognize yourself or your loved ones in this list? We are starting to analyze the most mysterious, insightful, and magnetic representatives of the circle. The first sign is Capricorn. Capricorn's mysticism is not expressed in external rituals, but in a deep, structured connection with invisible laws. This sign is not interested in the superficial. It intuitively feels the essence of any phenomenon, especially when it comes to meaning, power, or time. Its mystical nature is expressed in the ability to submit to the cosmic order, which it feels with its skin. It sees form in chaos and a system in chance. It does not believe, it knows. Its internal barometer clearly detects changes that have not even begun to happen yet. The Capricorn representative does not seek mysticism, he is it himself. He does not ask for a sign, he sees the path. His ability to tune into subtle vibrations of energies is striking in its accuracy. He can be silent for hours, but inside him there is a constant dialogue with something greater. His mysticism is a discipline of the spirit that makes his sensitivity cold but deep. He feels the boundaries between dimensions, like a sculptor feels marble. Doesn't ask questions, just goes where the answer awaits him. Capricorn knows how to sense predetermination. He doesn't panic, doesn't guess. His contact with the inexplicable is internal. He doesn't need external confirmation because inside he knows that everything is arranged for a reason. His mystical side is especially strong in moments of crisis. When others are lost, he feels that this is not the end, but a turn, and he is almost always right. His intuition is based not on emotions, but on a deep perception of patterns. This sign knows how to manage reality through patience. He is in no hurry, because he knows that everything comes in its own time. His strength is that he is able to act in complete darkness, without straying from the course. He feels the moment when he needs to take a step. He doesn't ask when, he just knows. This is where his unique mystical essence lies, the connection of the material and the immaterial in one point, which he feels with his whole being. The second sign is Cancer. The mysticism of Cancer is hidden in its ability to penetrate into emotional layers of reality that are inaccessible to others. This sign is not just sensitive, it perceives the space around it as a living organism. It detects changes in energy, feels when something is wrong in the house, notices dreams in which answers come. Its internal connection with the past is not nostalgia, but a form of communication with what is no longer there, but which still influences. It is able to feel the power of the family, the power of memory, the power of silence. Cancer may not know the exact wording of what is happening, but it feels that something is approaching. Its mystical sense manifests itself in intuition, which most often concerns others. It knows exactly when someone is feeling bad, even if it was not asked to guess about it. It feels illness, anxiety, tension in the voice. Its hypersensitivity is a portal through which it receives information that it does not always understand. But over time, everything is confirmed. A special feature of Cancer is the ability to talk to space. He feels the energy of things, the power of words, the meaning of symbols. He can become attached to an object as if it were a living being, because in his perception, the world is not mechanical. And this is real magic. He wears amulets not for fashion, but because he feels protection in them. He follows rituals not for the sake of order, but because he feels the bebshoni that something is working. And it is working strongly. Cancer lives in interweaving with the inner spiritual rhythm. He may not call himself a mystic, but his actions are pure magic of care, attention, and intuition. He feels who to let into the house, who not. He feels what words cannot be said. And if Cancer forbids something, it is not a whim. This is his way of maintaining balance between the worlds that he feels simultaneously, visible and invisible. The third sign is Virgo. When Virgo enters a room, it feels like the air starts moving differently. This zodiac sign has a rare quality. It catches even the smallest details of reality that others simply do not notice. Virgo's mysticism does not manifest itself in theatrical gestures or esoteric conversations. It lives in the precision of her movements, in the logic of reasoning, in an almost mathematical ability to sense lies, falsehood, and hidden intentions. People under this sign often intuitively choose the right direction, even if they themselves cannot explain why. Their internal compass is so accurate that it predicts events, breaks people down into meanings, and counts the steps forward, as if they were seeing a blueprint of reality. The strength of Virgo is in analytics and silence. She is not conspicuous, does not strive to seem like a sorceress or a magician. Her ability to sense danger, anticipate betrayal, or recognize fateful turns of life is the result of a special combination of intelligence and sensitivity. The Virgo brain works differently from others. It scans space, processes a huge amount of information, and almost instantly makes accurate conclusions. At the same time, outwardly, she may seem simply attentive and a little detached. But behind this mask, there is a deep internal system built to survive, protect, and guide. Many representatives of this sign feel from their youth that they know something. But unlike other mystical types, Virgo does not trust only feelings. It is important for her that her internal feeling is confirmed by facts, events, logic. This internal conflict between intuition and reason makes her mysticism especially powerful. When both poles converge, Virgo is able to predict, heal, and make verdicts that change lives. Her words may be cold, but they often contain a hidden key. Those who listen to her carefully are always one step closer to the truth. Virgo's mysticism is about the power to see through order. She finds patterns in chaos, deciphers the inner codes of other people's actions, and does not fall into illusions herself. Her gift is not to immerse herself in fantasies, but to get to the essence through hypersensitivity and observation. Often, she intuitively avoids dangerous people, walking around them as if she senses their toxicity at the cellular level. She may not read tarot cards or light candles, but her judgment of a person is more accurate than any ritual. At work, Virgo often becomes the first to notice a problem before it appears. This creates an aura of superhumanity around her, although in fact, She simply sees deeper. In relationships, she can be cold, but her loyalty and insight are unmatched. Her partnership is always protection, a test of strength, stability. She seems to be able to read the future in everyday life. She feels when to leave, when to stay, when to remain silent. Virgo's energy is focused, precise, internal. This is not chaotic intuition, but a structured, mystical ability to be one step ahead, to see the hidden and to act with cold blood. Her power is not manifested in visual effects, but in the result. She does not seek recognition, does not need loud words. But as soon as she says a phrase, it becomes a prophecy. As soon as she leaves, the situation collapses. Virgo mysticism is a silent force that cannot be faked. The fourth sign is Gemini. Two worlds live inside Geminis, and each of them obeys its own laws. This sign is governed by constant movement, thoughts, energies, ideas. Their brain does not rest. Even in their sleep, they continue to scroll through options, see symbols, feel the invisible. The mysticism of Geminis is not about mystery, but about the ability to enter information flows, capturing what eludes others. They speak with words that hide meanings. Their speech may seem playful, but it often sounds like an accurate prediction. Geminis subtly feel what a person will say, even before he opens his mouth. They can read people with amazing speed. Their talent for imitation, adjustment, and adaptation is not just a social skill, it is part of their magical gift. They do not adjust to please. They synchronize to recognize the weaknesses and strengths of the interlocutor. This gift makes them dangerous if they want to use their knowledge against someone, and invaluable if they use it to protect and help. Gemini mysticism is a mosaic. They collect fragments of information, random words, hints, sounds, looks, and put together a picture of what is happening. They are rarely wrong in their conclusions, even if they themselves pretend that they are not sure. Their intuition does not work like a flash, but like a fast scanner. This feeling of everything is clear in 5 minutes is their everyday reality. They do not guess, they deduce. They do not feel, they calculate. All this makes them one of the most intelligent psychics among the signs. Geminis are able to find a connection between things that have no logical connection. They can connect a fact from childhood with an event of the current day, make a conclusion that no one expected. Their intuitive leaps are amazing in their accuracy. They feel the energies of the premises, the mood of the crowd, the change in the atmosphere. When they enter a room, they know who they can talk to and who they should stay away from. This knowledge does not come from outside. It lives in their head, in their body, in every nervous impulse. Their gift is to be a channel. They are like antennas that receive signals from the field, interpret them, and transmit them in a convenient form. They often have dreams that become reality. Words spoken by chance suddenly come true. Their jokes turn into facts. This is not an accident, but part of the internal structure of their thinking. They feel when to call, who to help, at what moment to leave without looking back. Geminis are the most unpredictable mystics. They do not get hung up on one style, one approach, one explanation. Their strength is in flexibility, speed, and the ability to be everywhere at once. They do not sit in the shadows, do not hide behind rituals. Their mysticism is the speed of thought, the precision of words, intuitive intelligence. They see the world as a code and effortlessly read its lines. And if someone is looking for a real guide between the worlds, he will find him in the twins. The fifth sign of Pisces. The representatives of this sign have no boundaries between reality and premonition. Pisces are immersed in streams of information that defy explanation. They do not analyze, they catch. Their perception is designed like an antenna tuned to the finest vibrations of space. They do not need to understand, they just feel. And this sensitivity makes them the most mystical sign of the zodiac. Their dreams, visions, internal sensations are not fantasies, but fragments of reality that has not yet arrived. Pisces are able to connect with the inner layers of someone else's consciousness. They can begin to say phrases that a person himself did not voice, but which he thought about. They feel the mood, even if the interlocutor is smiling. They know that someone is sick, although no one has said anything about it. They dream of symbols that then manifest themselves in life. And often they themselves do not understand how this happens. They just live in this stream, like a fish in water. Their mystical essence is especially clearly manifested in solitude. When Pisces are alone, they engage in deep contact with the invisible. They can record dreams, hear inner voices, and sense disturbing shifts a few days before events. They cannot ignore their feelings. This is the voice of a reality that has not yet materialized. Their perception is ahead of time, and this is their strength. Pisces often turn out to be spiritual guides, even if they themselves do not want it. People reach out to them for advice, for understanding, for relief, and they are truly able to sense where the weak link is. They know what to say, how to touch, when to be silent. And it is in this deep precision that their mysticism is hidden. They may not utter a word, but their presence is already in effect. They do not explain, they feel. And if mysticism had a voice, it would speak with their intonation.